My name is Christy and my channel is Yarn Barf, or as some folks like to say, Yarn Barf. Anyway, isn't that the sound the skein makes? Doesn't it go barf? Thank goodness they don't. Ola Joe, the crocheting sailor, was looking for the end of the beginning of the anniversary cake. She had her hand in this gigantic cake and she's fiddling around, she pulls out one little piece that's cut. And then she pulls a little more and then she got yarn barf and she thought of me. See, there's a method to my madness. Yarn barf. You get yarn barf, you're going to think of Christy. You're going to think of me. Anyway, today is All Saints Day, November 1st. Yesterday was Halloween. I think I told you part of the story about Halloween was a big deal where I grew up. Linden, New Jersey. We had a big parade, bands, floats, the mayor. I knew the mayor, we were buddies. He'd go, "Hey, Christy." And we'd also, me and my friends would stand outside and drink cheap wine in the little brown paper bags. We twist the paper bag. It was kind of the tradition. Only one time a year would I drink Mad Dog 2020. It was just a tradition. And then, of course, we hit all the local bars. And I'm in costume. We're grown-ups and we're still kids, you know. But, yeah, big deal. And then other schools from surrounding towns that were close by, like Clark, Elizabeth, they'd have their marching bands and their floats. So, yeah, Linden Parade, Halloween Parade, which was always held on October 31st, no matter what day it fell on, was a big deal in Linden, New Jersey. And in 1989, it had rained Halloween night. They had to postpone the parade until 11 on November 1st, All Saints Day, 1989. Well, in the meantime, my mother was in hospice at our home. We had an apartment above one of the stores right on the north of the main drag, right where the parade comes down. My mom loved Halloween. She was a very good seamstress, and she loved making costumes. And one year we were pink elephants, and we won a few trophies in school for our costumes that Mom would make. She even marched in the parade one year as a Mohawk Indian. She told Daddy, said, "You won't even recognize me." She had her camera with her. You know, the old-fashioned with the little light bulb in it. That's how long ago we were. But anyway, Dad's outside the apartment with a couple buddies of his, and they're watching the parade and the music and the cheerleaders and the spinning batons, and it's a big deal. Anyway, Mom gets down to him and she gives him a look. Bug-eyes look like, he goes, "Oh my God! That's my wife!" He yells, and he says he's cracked up like this. She got a picture of him with his hand over his heart, just get his head thrown back, just laughing. All his buddies were cracking up. She was creative. She took a pair of pantyhose and used brown yarn and made the mohawk. She used sheets, dyed the sheets, cut strips for fringe. She really loved her Halloween. But that night, since the parade was canceled until 11/1, and we're right on the main drag, and Mom had passed away at about 3:30 or so, 4 o'clock, 3:30 in the afternoon. But by the time the coroner got there, I think it was around 6. In the meantime, in Linden, New Jersey, the Northwood Avenue is divided by railroad tracks and an overpass, too. And it's Northwood Avenue is north of the tracks. Southwood Avenue is the tracks on down to Route 1, Highway Route 1. And that's where they all gather up at the old City Hall. That years ago, that was the old City Hall. And you've got horses down there, cops on horses. You got the bands blowing their horns and tooting, and it's just a whole lot of excitement and racket. And the kids are antsy, they're all dressed up, they can't wait to start marching. Oh my gosh, it's something. The energy is. But that year the parade got delayed because they had to wait for the coroner to come and get my mom. They have to pronounce her. They have to bag her or do whatever they do. I wasn't there to watch. And so I feel like Mom kind of got the last laugh. Just holding up the Linden Parade, because it was a big tradition every year to be in the parade, watch the parade, drink Mad Dog 2020 when I got old enough, go around, hit all the bars. As in Linden, New Jersey, there's like a bar on every block. You know, I grew up there, and oh boy, when I turned 18, whoopee! It was fun. It was a kid in a candy store. And I learned how to shoot pool real good. I could go into a bar with 50 cents, a quarter for the beer and a quarter for the pool table. I wouldn't have to buy a beer all night, and I have the pool table all night. Because what they didn't know was when I was still a minor, I was shooting pool at Linden Lanes, the bowling alley. And a lot of the older men had sneaked me a rum and coke now and then. I was maybe 14 or 15, you know, but they were teaching me how to shoot and do bank shots. And I got so cocky, this will make you sick. I got so good and so cocky, I'd shoot pool with one hand. Talk, isn't that terrible? I got cocky. Because I got that good. I should have gone into tournaments, but I didn't know about them. Because, yeah, I mean, no matter where I went, I was pretty much beating all the people in the bars, because so all I did was shoot pool growing up in Linden Lanes, hanging out. And so, anyway, I came on because, well, to me it's a special, important day, 11/1. It's the day I lost my mom, so I'm doing this in memory of Mom, and kind of in costume myself. How do you like my New Jersey State Trooper hat? It's a real State Trooper hat, by the way. I always loved the New Jersey State Troopers. I always said they got balls of steel. Not to mention that some of those guys are hot, man. Psst, I mean, hot. They're smoking. One day, I had, what did I have? Oh, I had those little blue lights in my front window that were all the rage for like a year or two. Everybody had these cute little blue lights. It's supposed to help with the glare from oncoming headlights. But I didn't know they were illegal. So on the way home from J.B. Hunt, I get pulled over by a state trooper. Now, in the meantime, I was at the age I'm going through menopause. I was in my 40s. I've got a sign in my passenger side window that says, "Beware of cat." This trooper comes up. He sees that sign, pulls out the flashlight. His eyes are open a little wider, and he's peering inside the truck. He's looking for the cat. I'm the cat. Beware of cat. Women in menopause, we can be bitchy. Oops. We can get testy, okay? Anyway, one of the other reasons I remember telling you I was going to show you how to learn to crochet from the crochet diagrams, because some people can't read the patterns. A lot of people can't read the diagrams. And I'll admit, when I first got the issues of Magic Crochet back in the 80s, wow, looking at them is it's just, oh my, you're just like, what? It's like hieroglyphics. But it's really not that hard. So I figured we'll start out easy. I'm going to draw a picture. Instead of taking the picture from the book, I'll draw it out myself. Let's see if I can do this. I got to move my keyboards here. I'll draw a picture of what and this is the pattern I'm making right now. It's so easy. It's a 1-row repeat. So let's see. And it even starts you out. It says multiples of any number plus 3. So just make a long chain. Don't worry about the extra 3. Just make a long chain, because it'll tell you what to do when you get down near the end. Anyway, so they start you off with 2 double crochets in the 4th chain from hook. So I'm going to draw some little circles to represent chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I better switch to this other camera. Hold on, let's do that if I can. Camera problems, folks. Technical difficulties, my apologies. So, you're going to make 2 double crochets in the second chain from the hook. You're going to skip a chain. The next chain, make 2 double crochets. Camera keeps stopping. It's very frustrating. So, 2 double crochets, skip a chain, 2 double crochets. You don't have to chain one in between. It's going to make a V-stitch on the way back. On the way back, you're going to chain 3 at the end, which counts as a double crochet. Then you're going to do 2 double crochets in between the 2 double crochets you just did from the row before. In between. So, I'll tell you what, it's coming out beautiful. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Talk about an easy pattern. I am using one of my favorite yarns, which is Premier Puzzle. This is in the colorway Jigsaw. Anyway, this is the pattern. Nice. And my apologies, folks. Sometimes electronics don't want to play nice with me. So that's the problem. This other camera, the overhead, kept shutting off. It's just like the computer isn't recognizing it. So I'm going to have to, I guess, reinstall it somehow because I never had trouble with it before. Because I wanted to show you how easy the pattern is. Basically what the graph looks like. You're just going to make a long chain. I made this too long, actually. I mean, this man will be laying on the couch. He'll have it up to his forehead. But I did want it nice and long so he could cover up on the couch and snuggle with his dog. It's for my neighbor. I'm going to probably make one something similar for his companion. And she's a sweet neighbor. She's 77, I think. And they're just wonderful neighbors. And I love them to pieces. I'm blessed to have good people like that. So this pattern is so easy. And then on the way back, after you do your first row, you chain 3 and turn. And you're going to do a double crochet in between the double crochets. You don't chain one either. It looks like a V-stitch, but it's not a typical V-stitch where you would double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. You're just going to do 2 double crochets in the middle of the previous 2 double crochets. It's a 1-row repeat. How easy is that? And the diagram, the graph, if I could just get the camera to film it, would show you how simple the graph is. And I would suggest, and when you want to learn how to do, learn work from diagrams, start out with simple ones like that. You'll get used to them. And start out with the easy ones. And look, using this yarn, it's going to look like a really complicated pattern. Looks gorgeous. This is going to be so nice. I'm going to be so thrilled to give it to him. This is Premier Puzzle. It's a chunky 5. I love Premier yarns. I love their products, and I definitely love puzzle yarn. So I've got 6 skeins. I sure hope it'll be enough. I am using a size M hook. I would have preferred an L, but I couldn't find my L hook. But I can find 2 more M's. Par for the course. So, I didn't want to show you the graph right from the book, because that might be considered a copyright strike. So I was trying to recreate what I'm looking at here, and trying to relay it to you, but the camera didn't want to play nice. So anyway, I did want to tell you the Halloween story about my mom. Yes, today is the date of her passing, of All Saints Day. That was 1989. I don't grieve anymore, you know. She was the kind of woman, she was a no-nonsense, very etiquette-driven, prissy sort of kind of woman. She wouldn't want me weeping and wailing and carrying on. My dad, on the other hand, he already warned me, oh, when I die, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. It's like, oh, Daddy. He was right. I miss him a lot. But Mom was very talented, loved Halloween and making costumes. And I had a lot of fun in Linden growing up with Halloween. I even still remember my very first, at first grade, my first Halloween parade. I remember what I wore. I remember the song they played. We were all in black with musical notes, and the song was, I think it's Grandfather's Clock. Dun 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 dun. I think that's it. So anyway, and we marched. We were first graders. It's great seeing the little kids in costume. They are so cute. I don't get any trick-or-treaters where I live. I get burglars. No trick-or-treaters. So anyway, I hope maybe that you can understand what I was trying to relay, drawing this little graph. Just again, to get you started with a simple graph. But it'll still look at the pattern that it's going to make. And it's going to make an absolute... I bought more yarn. Shoot me. I mean, really, more yarn. Oh, I don't have enough. I didn't have enough. I don't have that particular yarn. So, and it was on sale. So I bought more yarn. I think I bought mostly chunky. I enjoy working with the, especially the 5-weight. It's not too thick and bulky. And the Premier, it's just beautiful. It's a soft yarn. And look at this gorgeous colorway with the variations. I mean, and there's like tan and the Tweety effect. This is going to really be something that it's going to be almost going to be hard to give up because I'll be so proud of it. It'll be so beautiful. And like I said, my neighbors are good people and they are worth it. So have something that shows a lot of love and care. And treasures what I've given her so far. I've given her 2 shawls. I think one year was the fingerless gloves. My pattern that I've been doing for years. Which is another pattern almost exactly like it on YouTube. But I don't believe she didn't steal it from me. It's just one I came up with years ago. And it was based off of the slippers I used to make. Which Bag O' Day has done that slipper. So, but I did that slipper, I learned that from the 80s. One of my senior citizens made, they had an indoor yard sale in the senior building. And this woman, she's little tiny, they're like so small. She says, oh no, they stretch. It's like, dang, they do stretch. What it was is just single crochet in all the back loops, which gives it the ribbing and also gives it the stretch. The toe is made that way. Then you turn it sideways and go back and forth, back loop only, single crochet. You sew the toe up, make it, and it's the easiest thing in the world to make. And then I always zhuzh it up a little bit. I would put an edging on it, and then run it to use double crochet, chain 1, and make like windows. I could run a nice tie through it. So yeah, I would zhuzh mine up. Hers were plain. And I figured out how to make what she made by gently pulling it apart. I kind of frogged a little bit. I said, oh, light bulb moment. I still have them once in a while. Just not as many as I used to. Anyway, I hope everybody did have a great Halloween, especially if you had little ones to go out and trick-or-treat with. Because that's the fun part, because really Halloween is for kids, but some of us big kids enjoyed it too. God bless everyone. Please share. Please like. The same thing we always say. Like, sub, share. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate your support more than you'll ever know. Bless you all. Mwah. Love you. Bye.